highlights of the second practice session, and Jamie Whincup led them out under very warm skies. The wind had swung around though and was travelling more or less along the start-finish straight. Wouldn't be the only car to venture off, but Scott Pye brought out the red flag very, very early on. MTU livery this weekend. Roger Penske is trackside, so too is Tim Cindric. And they headed back out again. Tim Blanchard, the super slow-mo. You don't want to come back in a second life as a shock absorber, do you?
No, you do not. They really take a punish round here, don't they? The track itself is actually quite smooth, but when you hook over those curbs down there in those high-speed S's, you get a huge impact through the suspension of the car and then the body of the car. And the same applies on the outside curbing at turn 7 as well.
He looked a little unhappy at this point in the game, Chas Mostert, but Tim Edwards suggested that things weren't too bad, trying to clear the sand at the front there.
And that's an interesting topic that you raised, Greg, as we just continue to roll through the highlights, which for some people turned out to be lowlights as they found their way out into the sand. It's actually managing expectation here as well. You're not going to find nirvana here in terms of grip. So you've got to try and basically balance the car up. It's got a certain amount of contact patch of tyre on the road, and you've got to try and equalise at one end to the other, and that's it. There is no magic bullet here. And one of the things that can be really frustrating at this racetrack is going in search of something that doesn't exist. And so managing the drivers and trying to keep them inflated through that process is what these engineers and team managers are often doing.
You did a great bit of work with Garth Tander and the Holden Racing team during that session as Marcus Ambrose chats with Scott Pye, and they were chasing different things but on an old set at one point. Tander, there's Roger Penske coming in now as we look at the champ, the points leader, Jamie Whincup. But on Friday afternoon it was the Super Cheap Auto entry of Tim Slade that scored, that chalked up the fastest time around Barbagallo. Tomorrow, of course, it's about qualifying, but that's a great way to start the weekend for Slade.